Right guys, hopefully this turns out alright. I'm on a GoPro. This is another long-term test. This is the first edition for my 2019 KTM 500. I'm doing this on my GoPro, so hopefully I get everything framed right. So just starting at the front of the bike at the moment, it is in the off-road mode. It's soon to be back on the road. I have the wheel weights, which I'm actually going to get the detachable wheel weights that you can buy from Motormox, and that way I can do each tyre individually as it comes up. I've got the plastic bottom of the fork guards. They're off AliExpress, cheap as like $20 or something. Same deal goes with the axle pull. I always put axle pulls and such on my bike just because it's so much easier to change tyres. I change my own tyres, and so I'm taking the wheels in and out. It's just an easier thing. Here's another thing from AliExpress. It's the carbon fibre fork guards. These things, they were about $30. The quality is exactly the same as what you would expect when you're spending $100 from an American brand. I've got an American brand on my Hasselberg, and these were great. Like I say, about $30 something from AliExpress. Took a week to get here from China, which was fantastic. So look, there's a lot of things that you wouldn't put on necessarily from Chinese suppliers, but likes of these things, you can't go too wrong. Looking around the sides, AXP skid plate. Now there's nothing wrong with the standard skid plate, except it's not as thick, so it won't take the hits, and also it doesn't have the protection for the water covers, water pump covers. In there you can see AS3 Performance. That has a spacer with an upgraded and bigger, chunkier water pump impeller. That's so it keeps it cool, keeps it running cool. A brake snake, again, old enduro mods, stops if there's something that hits that, it'll stop that bending out so far. Once again, Kelly Patterson has worked his magic on an XRC clutch cover. These things are, look, if you're riding in the rocks and all the rest of it, buy New Zealand made product. Top enduro races like Chris Birch, was made for Chris Birch, were designed for Chris Birch because he was having trouble with the clutch covers. He hasn't broken one ever since running those things. They are rock solid. I would go to say that if you've broken one of those, you've got other problems. The brake fluid cooler, and also it gives you more brake fluid for your rear brake. Now I've boiled my brakes in an extreme enduro. It's nothing that they don't replace their brake fluid every day because they're giving it such a hard time. I'm certainly not at that level, but I have boiled them dry. Well, boiled them a couple of times on my Hasselberg in the trees on a hot day. So anything that you can do to mitigate that has got to be a good thing. swing arm guards. Again, you can buy these from AliExpress. They're only $20 something. It's just a piece of plastic. KTM New Zealand want $100 for them. I just don't see the reason why. And then we've got the rear brake disc guard. This is attached to the caliper. The caliper mount. So it's a beefy, very, very beefy guard, which is fantastic. It takes the hits. Again, I have one on my Husaberg. It hasn't let me down, whereas all the carbon fibre, the plastic, the alloy ones that are mounted onto the swing arm, they've all snapped off on other bikes that I've had. The captive adjusters, the thing I don't like about these captive adjusters is there needs to be possibly more of these adjustments to give you a better idea of where you are for fine tuning it. The thing that I love and they will be on my bike forevermore is that on my Husaberg out on a high speed run, I had my axle bolt fall off. It was because they were captive, and the way that they're captive, these things didn't fall off. I was able to finish the ride. Only found out at the end of the ride that my axle bolt was loose, which could have been a potentially massive problem. It wasn't because of these. These saved my bacon, and so I really, really like them. I've got the giant loop cover for your bags and stuff. I've got the stock KTM exhaust. Honestly, if you think you want more horsepower from a KTM 500, I mean, they're very nice, easy to ride bikes, but if you think you want more horsepower, mate, turn the throttle harder, save your money. These are nice and solid. They don't fall apart like the aftermarket exhausts. Let's go to the front. Cycra guards. What can you say? The AXP skid plate. Yep, been there I think. Again, AliExpress oil pump cover, and the good thing about it is it actually comes up a wee bit further. So in conjunction with this KTM slave cover, clutch slave cylinder cover, it just gives you a lot more protection. You throw a chain, it's less likely to smash your cases. Looking up the top again, XRC, they've got the anti-vibe bars now, bar mounts, so yep, that's fantastic. They do make a difference in the rocks. I've got a steering damper coming, so that'll be interesting to see. Under here, Motion Pro bleeders, and you'll see that my forks are up in the clamp. My clamps have been dropped, and so my fork tubes are up. That's because I've lowered it. And a steel sprocket, which is a handy thing. There'll be a few more things that I'm getting. I have got a big fuel tank, an IMS fuel tank for it. That'll be going on when I get back on the road and get the road kit back on it. But otherwise, this thing has been a big, it's a tiger. You know, it's probably the closest I can describe a nice tiger that loves belly rubs and all that kind of thing, but it is a tiger. It can turn around, it can rip out your spleen just for giggles. but no, incredibly easy bike to ride. Fantastic system, fantastic setup. Love the foot pegs, the standard foot pegs. They are fantastic. So, as a quick overall review, I've done about 80 hours on this at the moment, and not one problem. So, that's good. Okay, boys and girls, hope you enjoy that. See you. Oh, wait, no. One thing. The Enduro Engineering seat. It's the low soft seat. I bought it from Slavens Racing. My goodness, it is an arse saver. The stock seat is a killer. This one is fantastic. I was a bit worried about having the low seat and in the soft, thinking that I'd feel the frame rails through it and things like that, but no, nothing but comfort. And did the Dusty Butt 1400 Ks over 3 days. Just loved it, absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. Okay, that might be it. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you later.